Congresswoman, one of the most important issues in these campaigns and this election period is redistribution of wealth. Do you think that the government should redistribute its citizens' wealth by forcefully taking money from some citizens through taxes in order to provide goods and services for others?
That's quite a question. Look, I believe that hardworking Americans, tax-paying Americans every day get out there and balance their budgets at home. They work hard. I believe in the private sector. I believe in a free market system. I believe in capitalism. So I certainly don't believe that the government should unfairly take from others. All of us send our money to the IRS, and it's my job as a member of Congress to make sure that I am a good steward of those tax dollars and they're actually going towards government functions provided in the Constitution of the United States. And outside of that scope of our constitutional authority, we need to really be looking at whether or not those things that we spend your tax dollars on should be a priority. We're to provide for a strong national defense. We're to protect the freedom and liberty that so many have fought and died for in this country. So when you talk about unfairly taking money from others and giving it to those who may not pay into the system, we've got to make sure that we allow opportunities for people to pull themselves up by their own bootstraps, but then have accountability associated with that as well.
So you're against redistribution of wealth, right?
Yes.
I thought so. Are you against farm subsidies?
No, I actually think that there is a safety net that is appropriate for our farmers. These are the people who are providing food and fiber for our country. And quite frankly, whether or not we can provide food and fiber for our country is a national security issue. I do think, however, that the system that is currently in place contains wasteful use of our taxpayer dollars. There's a safety net that we can provide for our farmers in this country, but we're doing it in a way right now that doesn't make a whole lot of common sense.
When the government taxes the citizens and gives the money to the farmers, is it not redistributing the wealth of the taxpayers to the farmers?
Well, I see now that you're trying to put me in a little trap, and I would tell you this. What our farmers provide and the risk that they take on is a different type of risk than any other profession out there. They can't control the weather, they can't control the rain, and I quite frankly wasn't around when the Farm Bill first came into existence. I would tell you that we probably should have never gone there. We should have just let our farmers farm, but that's not where we are now. There is a safety net in place. There's crop insurance, there's direct payments.
So originally you thought it was a mistake, but now you think it's okay?
I have to work within the framework of the law that exists now. I don't get to come in as one person and change everything. I have to work within the framework that exists now. Our farmers have a safety net in place. It is my job to make sure that we are prioritizing spending in this country for what is right and what is good for the taxpayer that's paying into the system.
Are you in favor of taxing the citizens in order to provide money for bankers?
I think we're
bankers?
We're done.
Or
okay.
What about bankers?
I think I've got to go now.
What about redistributing wealth from the citizens to the bankers?
Okay, we'll catch up another time.
Yeah, definitely. I've got to take her right now.
Thank you.
Well, it was very interesting, Congresswoman. I'm sorry that you can't answer that question about the bankers.
I don't like being ambushed.
Yes.
Sorry, I thought you were just going to ask her about issues.
Like redistribution of wealth, like farm subsidies. Is that something that interests her?
I thought you were talking about what her position is on.
We could have talked about whatever she wanted. I thought that was an interesting topic.
Okay. All right. Now, is there any way I can see the video before you guys send it out?
Certainly. Give me a card.
Okay. He has my information.
Okay,
so
we'll send you a copy, certainly,
Yeah.
and see what you think of it.
Okay, that would actually be great. Yeah.
Okay.
I appreciate
He
it.
has the card already?
Yes, he has my
okay.
information.
Well,
Yep.
thank you then.